MartinCo is a very simple, boring business in many ways. It's built on the residential lettings market, and we use a pure franchise model. So we rely upon local franchisees. Essentially, if they don't let properties, they can't pay their mortgages, they don't eat. Highly motivated to grow a business which they own, and they pay us a royalty income from that business. It's been successful. We grew up to close to 200 offices at the point where we listed on AIM, and then we used the funds that we raised on AIM to go out and make a very significant acquisition, buying the whole of the property franchise business of Legal & General and increasing our office footprint by 89 offices during 2014. The business is cash generative, it has no debts, it has a strong balance sheet. We raised money on AIM, and then we also arranged a debt facility with Santander at the end of last year. And we have a progressive dividend policy. We announced a 4p divvy for the whole of the year in 2014, and our stated aim is to have a progressive policy in future years. The UK rental market's been characterised by strong growth since the 1990s. There are lots of drivers, some of which are to do with net migration to the UK staying at a high level. Other drivers are to do with the fact that there's many more smaller households forming. But a key driver in recent years has been the fact that young couples have not been able to secure mortgage funding to buy their own home. And so what we see is approximately 4 million people now renting a home in England, and that figure has doubled since 1999. So we've been lucky to be in a growth market over those years, and frankly, for the future, we see another wave of buy-to-let investment. Pension reform in April of 2015 is going to give a lot of people access to pension funds, and I think a lot of those people will look to put that cash into buy-to-let investments. Our growth strategy over the years has really been about organic growth, frankly. We've recruited new franchisees, we've put them into greenfield sites, and we've built a vibrant business around that approach. We were managing around 32,000 properties at the time of the IPO. But as a result of raising funds in the capital market, then of course we've been able to go out and execute an acquisition strategy. And by buying the Xperience businesses, which were owned by Legal & General, we added nearly 10,000 managed properties to our portfolio and 89 offices. So it's a very significant change in our approach to use capital to execute an acquisition strategy. In the next 12 months, what you will see is us consolidate the acquisition that we've made. We've got to demonstrate that we can add estate agency expertise to MartinCo and develop that income stream. And as far as the Xperience business that we've acquired, they're good estate agents. We need to help them develop their lettings business at a faster pace. It's also true to say that we can bring 2 headquarters into 1 headquarter and seek some efficiencies and cost savings through that consolidation process. By the end of the year, what we want is a franchise headquarters operation in Bournemouth that we could use to scale up over a much bigger network, potentially 400 offices, 500 offices over the next few years. MartinCo started primarily as a lettings business. It uses a pure franchise model, and it's benefited enormously from the growth in the private rented sector. As a result of our listing on AIM, we were able to go out and make a significant acquisition of a business formerly owned by Legal & General, also a pure franchise model business, and that's made us significantly larger, around 49% larger by office footprint. It also means that we are now the 4th largest letting and estate agency business, judged by number of offices in the UK. So we're very strongly positioned to benefit from any resurgence in the estate agency market, and what we see is continued growth in the buy-to-let market, particularly as a result of pension reforms, with people being able to draw down pension funds and use them as deposits on buy-to-let properties.